or blow away, and they're not going to help us. And that's just the pattern that's going on. I hate to say it that way, but it's just
some of it
that way, and tell me something different if it's not.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, Rick, we appreciate you because you telling people the truth in terms of the possibility and the probability. I told him, I said, we gave up $1.5 million worth of revenue with this crusade, this Anslinger crusade against medical marijuana and against marijuana generally. And when it gets on the ballot, I believe it's going to pass.
It was, on the ballot in 2018. Like you say, it's the Coalition for Regulation, regulate marijuana like alcohol. We want to remove $1 billion worth of enterprise, hostile business, and jobs because of an empty church and one or two neighborhood groups that basically they go
all around the city. They become the community spokesman for everybody with the same message. And I just think it's just regrettable that so many of our leadership in the church. Look, as it relates to medicine, we know that we don't need people taking all these opioids.
Right.
And that the more that we have allowed the medicine chest to grow, and the more we have prosecuted and just dogged people who had used medical marijuana, that the imbalance is ridiculous. Everybody should read Jim Crow too, so you can understand why some of us just think that this is ridiculous for us to get in the way. I don't even see it as a religious issue, Richard.
Right.
You know, I got an outdate covenant in my church that goes back and still sounds like the temperance movement, all due respect to form. The reality is that we shouldn't be out even asking people what they take for their medicine to do what they got to do. You don't ask nobody when they got diabetes what they use to treat it. Maybe if we didn't use it like we think and just persecute people, we would have a better result.
And if I was a church member, I was a citizen of the city of Detroit, I'd be making an immediate call to Mayor Duggan's office and council to say, hey, we voted in favor, and we want our law implemented like yesterday. And when I think about it, I think about that lady that got punched out on the Selma Bridge, you know. She got whacked in the face, busted in the chops because she had the dare to vote. What's wrong with you voting? And now you go up there going to pull the same thing on the people of the city of Detroit by popping them in the face after they voted. You don't have a restraining order. It's just a bureaucrat in the city of Detroit to say, I don't like this law and I won't make it work. And that's Balderdash and Poppycock.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? You can call us at area code 313-778-7600. That's 313-778-7600 if you'd like. We're broadcasting live on 910 AM, the Superstation. I want y'all to know I'm happy to be over here with Richard Clement today. We were talking about medical marijuana, its impact, the controversy. Let's take a look. We know, Richard, that coming up, we're going to have on the ballot the question of whether to legalize it, right?
Right.
And at the national level, you got Jeff Sessions, you know, Jeff Beauregard. Yeah, don't forget, he's still the Dixie leader who he wants to be. And I was teasing Kevin about, you know, I figured out why Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey is out of business now. These young people, they don't know nothing about Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. That was the circus when I was a boy, and we used to go and we'd watch it. It was fun. They had trained animals and acrobats and stuff. Well, they went out of business last year, and the reason is it moved into the White House. Now we got the circus and we got the reality TV in the White House, and it's playing out episode by episode.
With the Keebler Elf.
Yeah. You got a nickname for the Keebler Elf?
A box of cookies with that mess, man.
Well, anyway, we have a lot of controversy that we need to press. We need to press the people who are running for office about, right? And they should ask every person running, how do you really feel about medical marijuana, about marijuana generally?
Okay, we'll start with Pat Miles.
Yeah, we should make sure that we also look at it from both points of view. There's a lot of medical evidence to show that it really helps people who have cancer, who are having trouble with eating and other sorts of things. there's just a whole lot that's there in terms of what the benefits of medical marijuana have been and what they can be. While we've been out here crusading, Richard,
Yes.
against medical marijuana, we find out, of course, what? We find that the opioid addiction has gone through the ceiling. And it's always been such that opioids were in the medicine cabinet. Doctors prescribed them for pain. The largest number, I'd imagine, of prescriptions for medical marijuana is for pain. We have a lot of pain in the community in terms of and you know what else just drives me up a wall, Richard?
What's that?
All the people who keep talking about how much poverty we have in Detroit and how much unemployment. They don't realize that for the last 4 decades that all people have done is put the sick people in the city. So we got so much Social Security, disability. We got all the whole regions, poor people from everywhere. And they ain't gonna never be able to go back to work, many of them, because they sick. Everybody has always just dropped them off in Detroit and left it there for us to take care of because we've been the caring kind of folks that would try. We got all kind of controversy with our medical marijuana issues all over the country, but we got another controversy too, Richard. That's the program that deals with healthcare, mental health. Mental health is in a shambles. The system is being totally redesigned. People need to pay attention so we know what we can do for people who are having all kinds of issues. They've consolidated, no matter what the drug is, they've got programs for you if you get way out that you can get help.
Well, yeah, basically they give them drugs, and the mental health crisis, that started way back in England when they shut down all of the mental hospitals.
Well,
and
that's part of it, but it's more now.
Right.
That just, because remember, a lot of us was fighting to shut them down too because we thought we could treat people more humanely outside of them big institutions. The problem was they didn't let the dollars follow the people into the community so that we had the money that we needed to take care of it. And it continues. I was listening to, a couple of days ago, psychiatrists and a group of medical people talk about how, this was one of the areas where people did a lot of talking, everybody supported, but they don't come back to put the money where their mouth is. We got a caller. Mark is on the line. Hello, Mark.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Interesting conversation concerning marijuana laws. And as you brothers know, that the pharmaceuticals are the biggest drug dealers in the world. And there's also this thing. There's also this thing concerning to where the federal government still has vilified marijuana because they have it right up there as one of the top drugs to attack as far as like Oxycontin and LSD and these different type of hallucinogenic type of drugs or heroin, which is most of your opioids of what you had spoke of in before. Now, for them to attack the marijuana, it just seems like that's some sort of attack on holistic healing, a drug that can really be used for good municipal purpose. And municipal purpose. And I've recently seen too where a senator from Colorado, he had threatened to block all the Trump federal judges' nominations if he was to try to attack the law that they had passed out there in Colorado.
Amen.
To his Justice Department. And then I turned around and I seen where they was talking about how many of these different young conservative type of judges that Trump has already appointed, I think, which was 20. So that just goes to show it ain't always what you know is who you know, because that guy must have really put some pressure on him, and Trump is backing off him out there in Colorado concerning their marijuana laws. And that's my comment.
Thank you, caller.
We appreciate you, caller. We got another caller, Marcia, yeah.
Oh, good morning, dear. Thank you so much for taking my call. I wish people would do the study about marijuana. Jeff Sessions is invested in the prison industrial complex. And so he and many of your senators and Congress people stand to benefit from the prison industrial complex for us going to jail for smoking ounce of weed. And
Yes. There's that sister's book that everybody ought to pick up and read, Marcia. And I didn't mean to cut you off. We'll keep talking. That book is called Jim Crow 2. And it's an excellent book for everybody to go pick up, and you will find out what's really going on. You'll see what's going on to promote the industrial complex. And then you look right around here in southeastern Michigan and look at all the young people that done got. You know, I never will forget, Richard, I always used to laugh at all my friends. Well, I don't live in Detroit no more. I done moved out of there. And their kids are all getting arrested every week. Mm-hmm. Getting all kinds. I mean, look, what you want? You over here complaining about what's going on in the city, and the police picking on you in every one of these suburban towns. And then I used to go to court when I was practicing. I used to just want to cry. The whole courtroom be full of young black people. Like it wasn't nobody else to stop. Yeah, I know. And then they give them the record. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And we need to break this thing.
Well, you know, also they just arrested 60 young black females and males in Alabama at a party, and they had a little about a half an ounce of weed was on the table. You know, do you know how detrimental that we send our children to college and what a conviction on an ounce of weed, they're going to jail?
That's ridiculous. They had no right.
Intend to do.
That's right. They probably had no right. They volunteered those kids' constitutional rights, probably, Richard.
Exactly.
And it's just him.
Wait a minute. From 1842 to 1900. Cannabis made up half of all medicine sold with virtually no fear of us getting high. People are not doing their research. This is an industry that we need to be a part of. Israel, have you all gone to Israel yet? Israel,
yeah, I've been there.
Leading people in growing cannabis and making products and everything.
Well, you know, I wish our church people would wake up too. This is ridiculous for our church people to put my goodwill into killing their own people.
God made weed, yes indeed.
We want to thank you, Marcia, for your wonderful information. Call me anytime. We're going to take John's call now.